Welcome viewers. We have with us Mr. Anuj Kapil today from Taurus Ethical Fund. Asset management company is one of the oldest asset management companies. The group is engaged in real estate. They have an NBFC, and I'm happy to welcome Mr. Anuj with us today to ask a few questions on Taurus Ethical Fund and its success. So can you share the inspiration and core philosophy behind the fund's ethical and Sharia-compliant approach? What sets Taurus Ethical Fund apart from other ethical or Sharia-compliant funds in the market?
So, first of all, thank you for having me, and it's a great opportunity that you have given me to shell out my experience of managing Taurus Ethical Fund. And I would say that I am highly obliged, I am highly honored to have some role in ethical investing universe. So coming back to your question that what is the core philosophy and what sets apart our fund from others. So our core philosophy is very simple. We are a mutual fund with having a non-dogmatic and value investing lens to keep our returns on a sustainable basis. So that is one thing. Our inspiration for ethical or Sharia-based compliant approach comes from very simple and yet profound belief. That is the wealth divorced from the values. As a fund manager, we are constantly aware that investing is not just about returns. It is about channeling funds into those business that stands out with transparency, with fairness, and responsible growth. So that is something we have as a core philosophy. What we understand over a period of time that every rupee we invested should be aligned with both financial prudence and ethical integrity. So for us, this is not just a screening program or just a screening mechanism. It's a mindset where we select the companies based on the Sharia investment framework, and that is like putting our money in conventional financial services. We are not putting money in alcohol, tobacco products, any companies which is having a higher debt, any companies which is lying huge pile of cash. So we are into the system where the responsible investment has been done over a period of time. We can align ourselves with the strong ethics and strong economics.
Taurus is almost 30 years old, and the total AUM is still just 1,000 crores. Any particular reason in the philosophy or thinking of the promoters?
And I got to address at every platform that I have been through. Take you back to the journey of mutual fund industry like 30 years back. So we were the first private mutual fund, and it was a time when having a 500 rupees or 1000 rupees in the equity schemes of the mutual fund was considered as a big celebration at that time, at 1993 types of. Our promoter was Harish Basinji, and we have a very strong background in merchant banking.
Merchant banking.
Yeah, merchant banking. We have a strong background in leasing, investment banking. So that gave us the trust of the many corporates for the debt products. So we started with debt and equity both, but the focus of the management was mainly on the debt product at that time of increase our AUM in the debt segment over a period of time. And again, when it was around 2008 when Shri Harish Basinji passed away, next gen promoter Mr. Lalit Bhasin, so they diversified into the hospitality sectors. So, and they have entrusted this Taurus Mutual Fund with seasoned professional team under the leadership of Mr. Waqar Naqvi.
Okay.
I would say that under the stewardship of Mr. Waqar Naqvi, by 2016, we used to have around 5,500 crore rupees of AUM at that time, which is 95% of debt segment. So we used to have 5% of equity at that point of time. But then there is a defining moment has come into the mutual fund industry, and that Thapar debt crisis happened in 2018. due to which we have to close down our debt shop. In that scenario, most of the revenue comes from the debt side, and the
Okay.
equity part was very lower. So we have to remain afloat in this market. It's not easy. One of the things which I always said that Taurus as a group, HB group, we have never defaulted. We remain our ship floated. We consolidate our offices to remain on the cost side. Our focus was to remain steady first, and then we have to focus on our growth. Then again, the defining moment has come when in March 2022, Mr. Kanish Kapoor has joined from the family of promoters.
gen.
Yeah, Kanish Kapoor.
Yeah, new generation.
New generation has joined. When he joined, he was like a 26-year-old guy, and he is ex-CLSA. He works under Chris. He has worked under Chris Wood, and he has worked under Rana Kapoor in the Yes Bank family office also. He pursued his career in Clement McKenna in US also, where he learned about the liberal arts and finance and all the things. And he has a great philosophy. He has a great vision. He is very deeply involved in our every
Mutual fund
crucial
business.
aspect of investment decisions.
Okay.
Kind of monitoring system he has made, and kind of tracking system he has built, kind of mental model he has built, and he has guided us. Being younger than anybody.
So now investment has started in the mutual fund industry.
Yeah. So
it's
in
starting
March
for you.
2022, he joined as a director. Now he is our CIO. And I have a privilege to join Taurus Mutual Fund at around 1st November 2022. So that was the time when Kanish has given me the responsibility of managing the Taurus Ethical Fund.
Taurus.
At that time, the Taurus Ethical Fund was 85 crore. Equity AUM of AMC was close to 492 crore.
So now it's about 325 crores. A good performance from 85 crores to
So
300.
it has grow like 4-5 fold. The ethical fund has grown.
Can you discuss the strategies or sector allocations that have driven this success
Yeah,
from
definitely.
85 to 325 crores?
So our investment philosophy is non-dogmatic. It's value investing driven and with a contrarian thinking. So these are the three things which we follow. So non-dogmatic means that we are not rigid to one sector. We are not rigid to the market fundamentals. Flexible to the market realities. So that is what we played our game into the this investing part. And value investing is something that we really relied on because most of the core portfolio is driven by the value investing principle. Contrarian thinking is like that when nobody was like, I'll give you an example, when nobody is like in November 2022 or December 2022, when nobody was looking for invest in IT, we are buying IT like anything. So we were hugely invested in IT from November 2022 to last week of the February 2023. We are close to 26 to 27% of the portfolio of our ethical was only IT. When everybody was there is a recession coming and IT will not give you benefits of returns or the risk adjusted return will be very low. And believe me, that contrarian thinking mixed with value investment, it's had given us a great boost to our performance. That is why.
Can you share some examples of sectors or companies you intentionally avoid, in selection?
That is the beauty of the Sharia investment framework or ethical investment framework, that there are so many filters. That filters will provide you the best version of stock picking universe. Let me tell you how. Putting money in BFSI, the conventional financial services where the interest income is the major part of the revenue, we are not putting the money into it. 3-4 years, banks are not able to perform because most of the people are putting money outside of the fixed deposit. Because there are many structure products, many debt products which are providing better than fixed deposit. So you can take example of even a gold. That conventional financial services has not given so much of return over a period of time. So we avoid those sectors. Ethically and a value-driven basis, we are not putting any money in any kind of company who is dealing, trading, manufacturing, and servicing also in alcohol, tobacco, and non-vegetarian products, and any related to this activity. So you can barge out hotels, you can barge out restaurants, many restaurants are out, cigarette companies are out. So in that scenario, these sectors, now comes the ethical values.
So have you avoided non-vegetarian to include the Jains community?
Yes.
So that the ethical fund
Absolutely.
becomes,
I was coming to that part only.
Okay. Right.
So I was coming to that part only, but before that, the people nowadays, you have seen that nowadays people are playing games on the mobile.
Yes.
Like they are playing poker, they are playing rummy. We are not putting any money in that segment. That is pure gambling. So
firearms
we believe that it is our value. We are value-driven fund. So that fund, what we are thinking, it should reflect in our investments also.
Okay.
And that is how we will have the pure returns over a period of time. And it will, believe me, as per the universe, if you get the pure income by not putting this money into these kinds of stocks, your money will grow further by the grace of God also.
So you believe in that?
Yeah,
so no sense stocks and then the money grows.
Absolutely.
It multiplies.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So why we have Sharia-based investing framework? We are not allowed to put money in the companies who are into the pork meat manufacturing. But I see this as an opportunity. I don't consider my ethical fund as a faith-based investing but for the particular community. It is for everybody, first of all. So if you consider that there is no non-veg, there is no cigarette, there is no alcohol, we can come up with more communities who can join hands in these kinds of funds.
It appeals to everybody.
Yeah.
And not just the faith one.
Yeah, we need to understand that community needs to understand that this is not a niche product. This is a mainstream fund. It's like a flexi cap or it's like anything, but it is driven by the values.
What steps is Taurus taking to build greater awareness and trust among distributors and investors, especially in Muslim and ethically conscious communities?
I'll give this answer like in a particular pointers. So first of all, we are approved by the Sharia board. That is one of the things that gives faith in the ethical and faith-based investment community. That is one. Second, we are doing many investor awareness programs, which gives us the opportunity to speak directly to the investors, where we can learn that what is their need and how they are understanding the ethical fund. We have to address their misconceptions also. We have to understand that this is not a religious roadblock. This is something that you can have it as a mainstream fund. So considering that, what I said, that you should be compliant with your values without sacrificing your competitive returns.
Very good.
So that all people need to understand that we are not sacrificing on the basis of returns. They need to be mindful about this. So
not sacrificing on returns.
Yeah, there is no sacrifice on returns, but
enhancing on the values.
Yeah, there is no sacrifice on values as well. So I think this is one of the best fund.
So that leads me to another question, to say that how do you see the future regulatory changes impacting the distribution and uptake of ethical funds?
Regulatory changes
Do you expect some regulatory changes?
No, I don't think there is I don't think there is a regulatory changes in that. There should not be. I don't know whether it will come or not. That is not my part to say, but I don't think it is there, because As we recognize,
See, where I'm coming from is, you see, ESG has got an index now.
yeah,
And then you need to do an audit for the
Yeah.
ESG ones.
Yeah.
So do you think a similar kind of a regulatory change we can look for the Sharia investments and ethical funds, where
we are doing the audit. Matlab
Yeah, we are
Sharia
doing.
recognized Sharia boards are doing
Yeah,
audit
correct.
of our schemes also.
but do you think it will come from the regulatory side?
I think a special index like ESG or special category for the ethical fund. Right now they have put the ethical fund into the thematic fund.
Correct.
But over the period of time, I think it will be the mainstream category. Like I tell you, when I joined, I have no idea what ethical fund is. I have no idea what this Sharia-based fund investment framework is. But over a period of time, the way we perform, the way we connect with the investors and the distributors, the way we have multifold our AUM, I think many people, recently one of the AMC has joined the hands in coming with the ethical fund. I think many AMCs
Many
will be
people
there.
will come
They
forward.
will come with this kind of fund.
Yeah. The reason why I'm asking is,
And I'm telling you, in coming 1 year, you will see there will 2 more funds. You will see.
inshallah,
Yeah.
we look forward to that.
Absolutely.
We'll look forward to that.
Absolutely.
The reason why I was asking is because ethical and Sharia, I think the time has come for us to differentiate between ethical and Sharia. Not all ethical funds may be Sharia compliant. But then if you add that one kind of a step or one more filter to say that it has to be audited so that it becomes compliant with the faith,
Absolutely.
then the industry can increase. Do you agree with
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. Absolutely.
So can you share a story or a testimonial of an investor who benefited from aligning investments with personal values?
I have many, but I'll tell you 2 stories, not
Okay.
one.
Okay.
It was like when I've joined, so I have made changes in the investment philosophy that we are not buying any non-veg products. So before that, when previously there was some investment going on in the stock, in the scheme. So I have square off those position, and I remain that we will not buying any non-veg products also. Who is serving the non-veg, who is manufacturing the non-veg, and who is trading the non-veg also, we are not going to buy it. So I got a call from Chennai. So there our distributor, Mr. Shah, I cannot take a full name. So Mr. Shah is there. So he called me that your ethical is totally aligned with the Jains principle, and I have increased our client participation from 50,000 to rupees 5 lakh rupees a
Very
monthly.
good. Wow.
So we need to understand the culture of all the
Yes.
communities, which is a Manav Dharma Shastra in Hindu religion. In Manu Smriti, it is said that the pujaris have to live by the teachings or spreading a knowledge or doing yagna, and they can only accept dan or dakshina. They cannot live on the interest part.
cannot.
They cannot live on the money lending side. They cannot live on the doing agriculture on a land and then selling
Product.
vegetables.
Produce.
and all. So their only part in the society is to guide the society with their wisdom, with their knowledge, with the what you call it dharmic rituals. So that is what Brahmins used to do. Don't you think it is
Sure.
very much related with the Sharia that we are not taking any part of the interest-bearing instrument? We are not investing in the interest-bearing instrument.
So what you're saying is this ethical fund is aligned not just for the particular faith-based community, which is Muslims. It includes Jains, and now the Brahmins can also look into this particular product because it aligns with their
Even with
belief.
Radha Swami, the people who follow Radha Swami sect,
Yeah.
so they do not have even pyaj and onion and garlic. They
Yes,
They do not.
yes.
They do not go for the cigarette and alcohol also. They do not take non-veg in their life.
Underground produce also. That is for Jains. Am I right?
That is for the Jains.
Okay.
So that is for the
This is right.
Yeah. So if you go by our one pager, so you will get to know that there is a Radha Swami Sardarji then there is a Brahmin, then there is a Muslim, then there is also a.
Oh,
Why
yes,
should
yes,
we
I
left
remember.
out Christians?
I remember that kind of a guy. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Very, very well thought of. You know,
Yeah.
that was
So
really
it
thought
is
of.
ethical framework is
Correct.
for everybody. That is I.
For those new to ethical or Sharia-based investing, what simple checklists or criteria should they use to evaluate funds?
We are gaining lot of traction in this category, which are new generation like millennials and Gen Z. So we have got lot of when we are doing the analysis of our inflow. So we got to know that checklist they have to follow is that first they have to look for the Sharia board certificate. That is number one priority. So that the fund should be compliance with the investment framework. And they should avoid all kinds of sectors which are not allowed in ethical and Sharia based.
Sharia certification is the first thing that you should look.
Sharia certificate is the first thing. That is one. Second, you should look for the portfolio that it should not contain any sectors which are not allowed in this investment framework, like alcohol, tobacco, media. That how he is imbibing his values to those into the ethical fund.
Which sectors or trends excite you most for the fund over the next 2 to 3 years?
Shabir sir, if you recall that you are very old in this industry, you are kind of legend to us. You are guiding us in for many things. But if you happen to know, in 2000, our per capita to GDP was around $440 only. Per capita GDP has been increased to $2,500. $2,600, $500. Now the income has increased over a period of time. The people from the below level, from the lowest level, has started coming up. So you can see the upliftment has been done over a period. Many subsidies and freebies has been given for the socio-economic well-being and benefits also. So over a period of time, when you have increased your per capita by 5x in last 25 years, then you will see the people will tend to spend. So what they are going to spend? They will travel. They will go to the places.
Bye.
Okay. They will travel by train, bus, they will travel by plane. It depends on the person's financial stature. Have a new home, or they will do some renovation at home. They will have new instruments. And now you got to know that every people is after the new model of Apple every time.
Yeah.
Apple phone every time.
Yeah.
So whether it costs 1 lakh rupees or 1.25 or 1.5 lakh rupees. That is the scenario which has come over a period of time. And this per capita GDP will increase from $2,500 to $2,700 to $3,000 also. So I think hospitality, travel, healthcare, because everybody is now very conscious about health after Corona. They want to spend money on their health and well-being.
Well-being.
Yeah, health and well-being. And I think consumer durables and consumer services.
So all these come within the ethical sectors. You know,
These
these
are
ethical
into
first. What role do you see for ethical funds playing in India's evolving investment landscape, particularly for social conscious or faith-based investors? It is the same kind of sectors that you have talked about?
I think the socio-economic well-being is already been taken care, and it is on the great length. And I think ethical fund is paving their role. If you happen to go to any customer and you tell them that we are not investing in cigarette stock or liquor stock or any other stock, and we are value-driven fund, and we are only putting the money into the framework, you don't have to compromise with your returns and your values will be intact. So I think over a period of time we will achieve the greater heights. And I think this product, ethical funds, will not be the options anymore, or to a diversified tool of investment.
Okay.
It will be the mainstream.
Mainstream.
Yes.
Inshallah. Finally, what is your message for mutual fund distributors who want to champion ethical investing but face practical challenges?
So I think it is the time. It is the perfect time to jump into this wagon, where you have to go through to each investor, and you have to come up with, there will be a practical roadblocks, I'll tell you, because you have to educate the investor about the fund. You have to address the misconceptions about the ethical investing or a responsible investing or a faith-based investing. You have to tell them that this is the value-driven fund, and this is not just that all the mainstream fund. So my advice to the distributors and investors to look beyond this label of ethical or Sharia-based framework. Focus on the investment objective of this category. Ethical and Sharia-compliant framework are not restriction, but they provide legitimate filters to buy or allocate the funds into those businesses which has strong balance sheet, predictable cash flows, and stronger earnings over a period of time. So these filters will provide you the better managed outcome in this ethical fund. Ethical fund can deliver risk-adjusted competitive returns. And over a period of time, if you see that our BSE Sharia index is already beating the BSE 500 index.
I have seen recently the NSE 500 Sharia has been the topper. Beating the NSE 500 index.
On the
longer run.
On the long run of 15 or 17 years.
Yeah.
So it is beating by the
by
length.
By far number one.
Far number one.
By far number one.
It's a long-term investment. If a distributor wants to make a generational wealth for the investors and for income for himself, so this is the right kind of time. We have just started in the ethical space, and definitely what we are expecting in next 10 years are good for India. This is how our ethical fund is also growing.
So do you think we can look for the two funds that you said that you're going to launch? Or
No, I'm not going to launch. I'm just saying that I am expecting maybe another AMC. Maybe I don't know.
No, that leads to another question. How do you think, are you open to, since we've got three funds in ethical space, do you think if you add gold and silver to it, you can differentiate yourself and get into a multi-commodity kind of thing?
Absolutely. I love to include gold and silver, and with the ratio of 70-30, 70% is the gold, 30% is the silver, because gold is less volatile than the silver, and silver is being used in many sectors nowadays. Photovoltaic cells, solar cells. You see there is a growth of solar, rooftop solars and power generation through solar.
Silver.
So silver is used in
industries,
in photovoltaic cells. Yeah. Silver is used in automotive industry, in EVs it is being used, in medical and healthcare devices silver is being used. So silver is based on the demand and supply kind of a thing. So it is a kind of a volatile. That's why I put 70-30 ratio in the gold and silver. So if I
70-30.
70-30.
So within a portfolio, if it's a multi-asset, what allocation would you give for equity?
So I cannot go for the multi-asset in the ethical space, because then we have to take a debt into the consideration.
Generally I'm asking, not necessarily if you are not able to do. If an investor wants to have a multi-asset portfolio, what should be, I know it's depending on the age, but generally, can you just give a thumb rule to say how much should be into equity, how much should be gold and silver?
I think 65% into the equity.
65%.
Close to 25% into the gold. 10% should be close to silver.
Okay.
That is what I think. But we are thinking that our regulators will allow us that we can have gold and silver in our ethical fund.
Okay. So how do you differentiate? Now that there are three mutual funds, which are ethical funds, do you think they are all one, or there are three different ones?
I think they are all one.
They are all one.
I think they are all one. we are following the Sharia-based benchmark.
No, why, from where I'm coming is, I find when I do a little more analysis, I find that one particular fund has got a higher concentration towards large cap, another one has got towards the mid cap, and third one has got a little higher allocation to the small cap.
I was answering on the basis of the investment framework.
Fine.
So whatever strategy what fund manager does on his basis of analysis and what is his temperament, it is only he can answer.
Do you track the other two funds and then align or try to be a little different from the other two funds?
So we, I think we have a smaller universe. So kind of like 400 scripts in our universe, which is available for all three of the funds. So definitely there will be a portfolio overlap. I think we are having like 30% portfolio overlap. I try to minimize my portfolio overlap.
You try to?
Yeah, I'll try to, because if you want to remain best in the category, then you have to do something different.
Absolutely. So that means you do look into the other portfolios of the two funds and try to be a little different from the others.
Yeah, definitely.
As wherever it's wherever there's a that's lovely. That's lovely. I think we've had a good insight of what Taurus is doing, and then with your coming in Taurus, we have seen a lot of changes. Investors need to understand that Taurus, where it has moved from 85 to 325 crores in such a short time, is not an easy task.
Yeah,
and I think I give a credit to you, Mr. Anuj, for whatever you've done, and we look forward to your touching the 1,000 mark very soon, the milestones.
So my aim is to become a 10,000 crore ethical fund.
Sure, inshallah, you will, and our luck with you. Wish you all the good, and our support will be there.
Sure, sir.
If there's anything that SenSage can do to promote this or to add some values to what you are doing, please do feel free to us. Let's have a little rapid round. My first question is, who do you trust to manage a personal portfolio?
My financial fiduciary.
Would you choose to take a loan and buy your first home, or you would invest and then take home?
I would go on the rent first, and I will invest into the mutual fund, and as per the EMI, and over the period of time I will buy my first home with my full money.
If you had to prioritize just one for future, owning a home or building a retirement plan, which one would be the choice?
My retirement plan, of
Retirement
course, 101%.
Imagine it's your wife's birthday. Yeah. Would you gift her gold or equity?
A combination of both.
Do you believe that men should involve their families in personal financial planning?
Everybody should be involved in the personal financial planning.
That's what it was.
Not only men, even
children.
12-year children also, a homemaker also.
What's one investment mantra you live with that you have recommended to everybody?
Don't be in FOMO when the stock is going high.
If you want a fund manager, what financial or non-financial career would you see yourself passionate about?
So I love cooking. I love traveling. So I could be a travel blogger, or I would be a chef.
If you could choose only one safe way to grow, savings, gold, real estate, or Sharia-compliant equity?
Start with the Sharia investment framework investing.
What's one piece of advice you wish someone had given you before you started your career?
Piece of advice I have received from, so there were many gurus in my life. So one of the guru was in Bombay when I was working in the Bombay. So he only said me, if you want to survive in this financial market, you should not panic at any given point of time.
Is there a financial lesson you learned from your parents or elders that still guides you?
You know, our parents were more on making an FD rather than investing. And for them, saving was a main mantra rather than spending. So what I have learned from my parents, both have imbibed me that you should invest your knowledge. Whether you should save or you should spend, but you should invest in your knowledge. So that is what I am doing it till today.
If you had, do you think gold is a better investment than debt?
Gold is a
better investment than debt?
Absolutely, gold is a better investment than that.
Thank you so much for that, Anuj.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.